the canopy where the signals hum. Mycelium mapping what we've become. Tracing the dew on a wire of moss, calculating the circuit, counting the cost. At zero velocity, the forest begins to sing. Faster than the thought, faster than a blink. A molded bird of green in the high velocity shade. In the herds of the soil where the sequences fade. Pulse in the root, sequence in the sky, binary shadows as the light goes by. Osmosis in sequence, breath in the herd awaken. The mold that awakens, the soil exerts. At zero velocity, the forest begins to sing. Faster than the thought, faster than a blink. A molded bird of green in the high velocity shade. In the herds of the soil where the sequences fade. Oscillations sink the soul. Green circuitry taking control. At zero velocity, the forest begins to sing. Faster than the thought of green in the high velocity shade. In the herds of the soil where the sequences fade. Where the sequences sink velocity, forest slow. Mycelium mapping through the dark. A silent pulse, a latent spark. Root systems track the speed of growth. The forest floor, the ancient oath. Frequency, a photosynthesis, a hidden logic, a slow synthesis. Under the canopy, velocity, circuitry rising in its intensity. Photosynthesis in a rhythmic phase. Light speed velocity in the forest haze. Oscillation, the heart of the wood. Moving nation, the heart of the wood. Moving at a tempo never understood. Water flows like data lines, data lines. Across the rings and age pines, canopy height is frequency gain. Modulating light like summer rain. Every leaf is a solar cell, a story that the root systems tell. High speed velocity in the green canopy. Mycelial circuitry, fast as the light can be, fast as the light can be. Under the canopy, velocity, circuitry rising in its intensity. Photosynthesis in a rhythmic phase. Light speed velocity in the forest forest floor is keeping time. Roots are tracing lines and lines. Centuries in every ring. Hearing how the sapwood sings. Slow and heavy, thick and deep. Promise is the elders' key, but the air is starting to thin. Where the pulse of the wire begins. Now the gears are spinning fast. Break the silence, break the past. Kinetic lightning through the vein. Thunder crashing down like rain. We are moving at the speed of light. Burning through the velvet night. Feel the rush, it never ends. Where the ancient spirit bends. Bark and copper, flesh and light. Merging in the fading sight. We are the glitch in the ancient green. The pulse that moves the silent scene. Faster now than heartbeat sound. Echoes bouncing off the ground. Spin the orbit, bend the bow. Everything is happening now. Now the gears are spinning fast. Break the silence, break the past. Kinetic lightning through the vein. Thunder crashing down like rain. We are moving at the speed of light. Burning through the velvet night. Feel the rush, it never ends. Where the ancient spirit bends. Returning to the bark and root. Silence is the final fruit. Slow and heavy, deep and slow. Where the ancient spirits go. Canopy whispers in the sediment. Roots find the pulse of the ancient loam. Moss keeps the secret of the time we spent. Deep in the circuit of the forest home. The forest floor is humming now, the forest floor is humming now. A hidden wire in every bough, a hidden wire in every bough. Velocity is breaking through, velocity is breaking through. The transient pulse is waiting for you. Feel the velocity. Kinetic energy. Frequency in the roots. Frequency in the leaves. Circuit in the canopy. Circuit in the calyx. Transient release. Transient release. Sap becomes the current flow. Sync the rhythm where the mosses grow. From the loam to the circuit board, everything is in accord. Feel the velocity. Kinetic energy. Frequency in the roots. Frequency in the leaves. Circuit in the canopy. Transient release. The roots return to the moss. Circuit lost. Circuit lost. cycles now. Sediment flows in the river current. A slow motion pulse under the bows. Nature moves at its own velocity. Kinetic spirit in the canopy. We feel the frequency increase. Accelerated motion, velocity. The rhythmic pulse will never cease. Will never cease. Roots move fast beneath the ground. A hidden current in the veins. Every rhythm has a sound, breaking all the static chains. Kinetic spirit in the canopy. We feel the frequency increase. Accelerated motion, velocity. The rhythmic pulse will never cease. Will never cease. Kinetic canopy. Return to the soil. Kinetic. Canopy whispers to the roots, deep in the loam where the logic starts. Moss on the bark, sediment steady. Breeze through the needles, a pulse in the dark. Counting the rings of 1,000 years, washing the dust from the heavy fears. Rapid acceleration in the veins, pulse of the infinite cycle again. Momentum rising like a forest fire, vibration climbing higher and higher and higher. The forest floor is moving now beneath the weight of a heavy vow. Roots are stretching into the stream, living inside of a high-speed dream. Living inside of a high-speed dream. Rapid acceleration in the vein, pulse of the infinite cycle again. Momentum rising like a forest fire, vibration climbing higher and higher and higher. The low remembers the speed, the pulse stays in the room. Infinite silence, one vibration. One vibration. watching static in the leaf, a sudden current past the sharper leaf. The frequency is turning into light, pulling through the hollows of the night. Running on the current, moving at the speed of ghosts. Light is spilling over from the dark and lonely coast. Kinetic in the marrow, electric in the vein. Everything is shifting, everything is clear. Faster than the vision, deeper than the ground. Lost in the velocity, never to be found. Currents trace the veins of the fern, watching as the cycles start to burn. The stillness is a signal, the void is a wire, moving through the canopy, catching on fire. Running on the current, moving at the speed of ghosts. Light is spilling over from the dark and lonely coast. Kinetic in the marrow, electric in the vein. Everything is shifting, everything is playing. Faster than the vision, deeper than the ground. Lost in the velocity, never to be found. The light slows down, the roots remain. Back to the soil, back to the rain. Deep loam circuits, branching logic in the shade, sensing to the pulse of roots. Underneath the canopy, nature's silent house, where the frequency is slow. Frequency rising, pulse of the canopy. Digital heart in the wild, speeding through the leaf lines, sinking the green. Nature in the machine, nature in the machine. Needle drop on the forest floor, binary shadows in the trees. The sap moves at light speed. Canopy high above the forest floor, fallen leaves in search of loam. Root systems mapping out the frequency, static hum in the marrow bone. I can feel the cycle in the floorboards, I can hear the rhythm of the sap, circuitry of life under my feet, closing every sensory gap. Closing every sensory gap. The sap is moving with a sidechain pulse, 10,000 beats per minute in the leaves, synchronizing with the lightning strike, in the way the heavy timber breathes. The loam is vibrating, the canopy is spinning. The root is the circuit, just breathe. Canopy whispers a ceiling of green. Walk in the loam where the roots are unseen. Sediment settles, a slow heavy grave. Lithin is mapping the lines of the space. 1 BPM, the heart of the tree. A frequency rising eventually. Feel the circuit, hear the sink. Standing right on the edge of the brink. Nature signal through the wire. Setting the moss and the loam on fire. High energy, the pulse of the crowd. The frequency is rising low. Canopy fades into circuits and lines. Lithin is growing on digital signs. Roots reaching deep through the fiber and sink. Faster and faster, no time left to think. The signal is strong, the wire is live. This is the speed where the forest can thrive. Feel the circuit, hear the sing. Standing right on the edge of the brink. Nature signal through the wire. Setting the moss and the loam on fire. High energy, the pulse of the crowd. The frequency is rising low. 1 BPM, 1 BPM, loam to loam, wire to seed, just the frequency now. Canopy whispers in a long tail reverb. Moss on the circuit, words you haven't heard. Loam and the lichen, a slow moving pulse. Roots in the sediment, nothing is false. Breath in the clearing of fragile frequency. Shadow frequency, shadow and bone. In a living density. Watch as the tempo begins to climb. Watch as we're losing the grasp of time. The pressure is building inside of the vein until only the frequency remains. Drum of the loam, 60,000 beats per minute. A pulse so heavy the whole world is in it. Synchronized branches, a kinetic sync. Closer to nature than you'd ever think. Canopy flashing in a high-speed glow. This is the rhythm the deep roots know. This is the rhythm the deep roots know. Circuit of sap and the electric blue. Electric blue. Dancing alone in the Timberwolf room. Timberwolf room. Sub-bass tremors beneath the lichen, where the shadows and the pulses quicken. Roots like a cable drawing the light. Nature is screaming into the night. Drum of the loam, 60,000 beats per canopy fades, sync remains. Forest breeze in silence, a frequency so low, where roots dive deep in loam and ancient waters flow. Underneath the canopy, the minutes fall like dust, a slow and steady rhythm that we've learned to trust. But if you listen closely, you can hear the gain begin. Nature's pulse is syncopating under digital skin. The breeze becomes a frequency, the canopy a screen, the fastest pulse of nature that the world has ever seen. Feel the BPM rising, a heartbeat made of light. We're syncopating spirits in the circuit of the night. At 120, we're vibrating as one. From the shadow of the forest to the digital sun. Catch the speed, catch the fire, let the pulse begin to rise. House music in the marrow, for its light behind our eyes. Feel the BPM rising, a heartbeat made of light. We're syncopating spirits in the circuit of the night. At 120, we're vibrating as one. From the shadow of the forest to the digital sun. Catch the speed, catch the fire, let the pulse begin to rise. House music in the marrow, for its light behind our eyes. The forest stays within, even at the speed. In the circuit, in the root. The canopy is breathing in, slow and deep. Loam beneath the loam, where the ancient secrets sleep. Every root is tracing out a rhythm in the dark, waiting for the fire, waiting for the spark. Sink the sediment, align the beat. Feel the forest floor beneath the heat of our feet. 120, the pulse of the leaf, sinking the machine and the green in belief. Sinking in belief, sinking the machine. Dust mode, it's dancing in the laser light. Lo-fi embers glowing in the digital night. No latency in the branch, no latency in the wire. Two different worlds, one single fire. From the moss-covered ground to the dark glass stage, we're turning the circuit, we're turning the page. BPM rising, the transient snap. Escape the biological, fall into the trap. Sink the sediment, align the beat. Sinking the machine, the circuit cools, the bark is rough. We are lone and the rhythm is enough. Canopy, breeze above the sap. A horizon drawn in shades of black. Lone beneath the heavy wind, where the quiet roots have thinned. Shadows stretch and slow the pace in this deep and hollow space. Feel the bass line start to climb. Feel the loop defy the time. Sync the frequency to light. Sync the canopy tonight. Transient peaks in the heart of the loam. Digital sap in a forest home. Every loop is a leaf on the vine. In the forest, the patterns align. Sync the canopy, sync the beat. Where the wood and the copper meet. Where the wood and the copper meet. Where the wood and the copper meet. Deep below the tempo's reach, silence is the only speech. Frequency of falling rain, smooth it out the wire grain. Transient peaks in the heart of the loam. Digital sap in a forest home. Every loop is a leaf on the vine. In the forest, the patterns align. Sync the canopy, sync the beat. Where the wood and the copper meet. Where the wood and the copper meet. Where the wood and the copper meet. Canopy sing. Canopy sing. Loam to loop, sap to sing. Roots hold the secret of the crawl. Time doesn't move, it just breathes with the fall. Moss on the clock, silence in the vein, measuring the world in the drops of the rain. Static in the leaves, a ghost in the shade, watching how the sun and the mercury fade. Shift the frequency, wake the hollow bone. Turning the silence to a dial of stone. Acceleration of the pulse in the wire, fueling the engine of the forest fire. Forest fire! We are the signal in the deep green blur, moving at the speed that the circuits prefer. Nature in the motion, rhythm in the light, racing through the marrow of the neon night. Lost in the spin, found in the groove. Watch how the
canopy traces a slow calculation, sap moving heavy through veins of the pine. A quiet migration, a silent duration, shadows aligning in a crooked design. Dew on the leaf is a singular station, waiting for morning to offer a sign. Velocity rises, the forest is blurring, oscillation catching the light of the day. Frequency shifting, the center is stirring, a blur of the green in a rapid array. Acceleration, the pulse is occurring, lifting the soil as it carries away. Lifting the soil as it carries away. Mycelium mapping the floor of the hollow, tracing the cold where the winters have been. Deep in the fiber, the patterns will follow, a stillness defined by the thickening skin. No room for the haste, just the quiet to swallow. Everything lost in the shade of the thin. Velocity rises, the forest is blurring, oscillation catching the light of the day. Frequency shifting, the center is stirring, a blur of the green in a rapid array. Acceleration, the pulse is occurring, lifting the soil as it carries away. Lifted away. The cycle is slowing, the signal is gray. Return to the root, return to the clay.
Canopy curtains draw the light, geometry of stake, mapping the dark beneath the pine, a binary in the design. Push the frequency, watch the glass, 100 frames as the seconds pass. Velocity climbing, the canopy blurs into the hum where the daylight occurs. Hold the pulse, let the grid ignite. A blur of green in the liquid night. Deep in the loam, the calculation, a sudden shift in the oscillation. Root and wire fade to gray, letting the forest drift away. The root finds the frequency deep in the loam. No clock in the timber where the shadows roam. Slow oscillations in the sap and the vein, waiting for the rhythm of the coming rain. Velocity rising, the canopy blurs, breaking the silence. A movement occurs, sinking the pulse to the speed of the wire. Wire, a digital forest. A digital forest fire. Mapping the signals, the green leaf design, a quiet data stream on a winding vine. Mapping the signals, the green leaf design, a quiet data stream on a winding vine. Decay hitting ground into the deep where the ancient soil and the circuits meet. Velocity rising, the canopy blurs, breaking the silence. A movement occurs, sinking the pulse to the speed of the wire. Wire, wire, a digital forest. A moss where the silence is deep. The mycelium wakes while the titans still sleep. Calculated roots, a dark network of lines, moving in sync through the century signs. Now the pulse rises, velocity takes through the floor of the canopy. Everything breaks, high energy flow in the arteries, heat the forest and the wire, the forest and the wire. One pulse, one beat. The canopy thickens, a ceiling of gold in the technical weave that the fibers have hold. Faster than dewfall we sing to the grain, mapping the rhythm through sunshine and rain. Now the pulse rises, velocity takes through the floor of the canopy. Everything breaks, high energy flow in the arteries, heat the forest and the wire, the forest and the wire. One pulse, one beat. Slow down, let the soil breathe. Everything that you need is underneath. Everything that you need is underneath. Now the pulse rises, velocity takes through the floor of the canopy. Everything breaks, high energy flow in the arteries, heat the forest and the wire, the forest and the wire. One pulse, one beat. One pulse, one beat. Pulse, one beat. One pulse, one beat. Canopy breathes at 50 cycles per minute. 50 cycles per minute. The root finds the frequency in the deep soil. In the deep soil. Mycelium pulses with an analog warp. Analog warp. Calculating the velocity of the rain. Wait for the sink. Wait for the light. Acceleration is heavy, lifting the night. Roots in the grid, climbing the wire. Velocity rise down mechanical fire. Soil is the memory, speed is the truth. Soil is the memory, speed is the truth. Modulation of life, an infinite youth, an infinite youth. The forest floor is a binary map. Binary map. Frequency of shadows in the overlap. No clock in the timber, just the pulse. Just the pulse. Nature's rhythm is never